Violence took no holiday during 1994. By December, 52 murders had been committed in Louisville. A nation watched in disbelief as O.J. Simpson, a legendary sports hero, was charged with murder. And what was thought to be a carjacking had a nation hoping for the safe return of two small children, but that would end in tragedy. Dick Irby has our review.
Mr. Simpson is a fugitive of justice right now.
More than 2/3 of America's TV sets were tuned to this police chase on a Friday night in June. In the car, O.J. Simpson, wanted for the murder of his ex-wife Nicole and her friend Ron Goldman. Their bodies were found June 12th, brutally murdered. The chase would end with Simpson's arrest in his Brentwood home. In the weeks that followed, it would become the most high-profile murder case in American judicial history. For the rest of 1994, there would be arguments over DNA evidence, selecting an unbiased jury, and serious questions about media coverage versus the right to a fair trial. 1994 was also a year when many questioned the justice system. Lyle and Eric Menendez admitted killing their wealthy parents, but claimed years of abuse drove them to it. The case ended in mistrial. Lorena Bobbitt detailed years of abuse that led her to cut off her husband's penis with a knife. She was found innocent by reason of insanity. In Kentucky, Tom and Roxanne Selesky stood trial for the murder of Tom's 5-year-old daughter, Alex. While both claim Alex disappeared more than 5 years ago, a Hardin County jury found them guilty. In many respects, 1994 was a violent and tragic year. In May, a man walked into Norton's Children's Hospital and shot his estranged wife, then fled to the Days Inn and was killed by police. There was also a noticeable increase in violence by the young. In May, in Meade County, a 15-year-old boy was charged with murdering his 10-year-old brother and his mother. In northern Kentucky, 17-year-old Clay Shrout was charged with killing his father, mother, and 2 sisters. In Louisville, residents of Shepherd Square Housing Complex were shaken by a double shooting in full view of those who live in the area. For Louisville and Jefferson County firemen, it was a long summer of tragedy. Arson was the cause of this fire, taking the life of Louisville fireman Strawn Nutter.
Nuts from all of us, especially the members of Truck 3 and Engine 16. You're going to be painfully missed, brother. We all truly, truly loved you.
Weeks later, the home of Robert and Janet Kroom was firebombed in what police said was a hate crime because the couple had a black foster child. Highview firefighter Craig Drury was caught in a flashback of the fire and would later die.
This will be the last call for Highview Fire Department Sergeant Craig Drury, September 9th, 1994. The year would end with no arrests in either of these crimes. Tragedy also hit the sports world in Kentucky with the shooting death of UK football player Trent DeJuro. He was killed by a bullet while sitting on his porch. No suspect has been charged. UK coach Bill Curry found himself in an unusual position of having to protect his family from death threats during the football season. And in October, the city of Lexington became the center of national attention due to racial tensions. What was called an accidental shooting that caused the death of Tony Sullivan by Lexington police touched off demonstrations by black youth. The news media found itself the target of some of the violence as frustrated demonstrators turned on reporters and photographers. Calm would prevail with the promise of a full investigation by city, state, and federal governments.
I just know, I just feel in my heart that you're okay, but you've got to take care of each other. And your mom and dad are going to be right here waiting on you when you get home. I love you so much.
In the meantime, the nation turned its attention to Union, South Carolina, and Susan Smith, who claimed a carjacker took her 2 young sons. A nationwide manhunt ensued, but a week later, there would be a startling arrest.
The vehicle, a 1990 Mazda, driven by Smith, was located late Thursday afternoon in Lake John D. Long near Union. 2 bodies were found in the vehicle's back seat.
The quiet of a St. Matthews neighborhood was shattered when 2 bodies were found in the front yard of this home. Charles Moody was arrested for the murder of his mother and brother. Also in December, more than 40 people would be injured when a firebomb exploded on an early afternoon subway in Lower Manhattan. The incident sent injured passengers scurrying from the train. Among them, a badly burned man later charged in connection with the attack. Violence and tragedy surfaced at the unlikeliest of places near the end of 1994, the White House. First, a small airplane crashed into the site of the building, prompting the first major concern about the president's safety. Then, 2 shootings. In October, 26-year-old Francisco Duran opened fire in broad daylight on the White House. He was subdued and charged. No one was hurt. Then in December, a homeless man allegedly refused to throw down a knife on the sidewalk outside the White House. He was shot by U.S. Parks Police and later died. So the year ended with the beginning of a debate over whether the monument that is a key symbol of American democracy should be closed off to the public. I'm Dick Irby with some of the images of '94.
If you were a politician in 1994, it was difficult to see which way the wind of public opinion was blowing, even tougher for the president.